Hello, beautiful people. It's Linda. It is a chilly day here in winter in South Africa, and I hope wherever you are well and you're warm and you are doing good. All right. So I have so many clients and people and friends going through this issue right now. That is my favorite topic that I've decided just to get on today and come at you with what I believe is faith in fashion, where I believe when it comes to fashion and beauty, that is where faith, fashion, and freedom collide. I am on a mission to make sure that there is in every home across the world a bold, beautiful, confident woman, a woman who looks in the mirror and loves what she sees. That's what I'm on a mission to do. Why? Because I lived most of my life seeing a monster in the mirror, seeing ugly in the mirror. And that's another story for another time. Everyone has a story. The point is, you are designed by the creator of all of creation with a spirit of beauty that was designed to arise and shine, that was designed to be a bold light on a hill. That's why here at Linda Page, if you want to go check us out, go to lindapage.com. We get up, dress up, and we are a bold light on a hill. Why? Well, look around you, friend. The world needs kind, creative, confident, approachable, successful women. The world needs us to arise and shine. Because when you get up and dress up and you put your best foot forward, you give others permission to do the same. Not that they need your permission, but that is how it works. We live in a world that, what the hell happened to our beauty? What the hell happened to our personal style? When did it become okay to go from one day into the next in your tacky tracky and that old college t-shirt that's stained, or that hoodie of yours that you wear every day? Or when was it okay to ever say, from a point of faith, by the way, a woman of faith, when was it ever okay to go like, this is me, like it or leave it, this is what I wear, take it or leave it, what you see is what you get. That is not biblical. That is not what you and I are about. And so that is my mission, is to restore our spirit of beauty to where it belongs, which is to shine. Why? Because people are drawn to that. People are drawn to the light. And I'm just going to, if you know me, where's my thing? If you know me, you know that I have multiple of these files. Faith in fashion. I have studied fashion from the scriptures. So it is the best source of understanding. It's the best source of knowledge and truth on the planet on any topic. Doesn't matter what the topic is: marriage, money, finances, friendship, parenting, you name it, sex. That is the source of the truth. So when you study fashion and beauty from the scriptures, oh my gosh, you won't just have the scales fall from your eyes. You will be encouraged and you'll be empowered, and you will realize just how much God does care about what you wear. And if you have been trained to think otherwise, you've been deceived. I don't care who raised you, what church you've been in for how long. There are two kinds of women of faith. The one where there has been religious grooming, that no, don't dress up, and you don't want to outshine somebody else. Let me help you with that. When you get up and dress up and you shine, you are not going to outshine or dim somebody else's light. Honey, you don't have that kind of power. Only God can dim her light. Only she can dim her light. In fact, the opposite is true. When you get up and you dress up and you shine bright, you inspire others to do the same. And the world, men and women, are looking for women who are confident, successful, kind, and inspire others to do the same. That is what the world is after. How do I know? Because I do a massive survey every year of my clients and of people out there that I've never met, thousands of people. And the answers are always the same. I want to do life with, I want to do business with the woman who is confident, who is kind, who is successful, who is comfortable in her own skin. She's comfortable in her own skin. That takes some work. And I've been doing new research lately, and I'm sharing some powerful, incredible articles. If you want to sign up with us, go to www.lindapage.com. Sign up to our mailing list. I share articles on when did it begin, actually, this pursuit of unrealistic beauty ideals. When did it begin that my waist has to be teeny tiny, my boobs have to be massive and pushed up? And when was, if you go back to the 14th, 15th century, when did that voluptuous, pear-shaped, full-bodied woman suddenly morph into this teeny tiny little skinny little size 0 that everyone is pursuing? It's not just unnatural, it's borderline dangerous. Anyway, I'm not getting into too much detail there. The corset is something that has, when was it, 15th, maybe 16th century, I think it was 16th century. The corset actually, the corset became compulsory for aristocratic women. Now there is reason why I am a massive rule breaker in fashion is because a lot of rules are actually elitist by nature. They have their roots in separating some women who saw themselves as higher than or better than the masses. I'm totally the opposite. I am inclusive. I am not exclusive. I believe that fashion and personal, powerful style is available to every woman on the planet. Style is just a skill. And if you're prepared to invest the time, some money, and some effort, you can be your own style guru. You can build a beautiful wardrobe on a budget, customized to your personality, your lifestyle, and your profession. You can meet a man, attract the right man, because what you wear is attracting a certain man. You can spice up your marriage. You can go for that promotion. You can launch that business. You can raise confident, kind, creative kids through fashion. There is no end to what you can do for the gift that we got through the love that our Creator has for us. There you go. Love always wins. Always, always. So the corset became this crazy, crazy new standard of skinny, skinny, tiny, hold this in, push the boobs up, and walk around almost passing out, which they did on a regular basis. And they had to conform and contrive their bodies into this thing, and they weren't able to do it without special garments. And there's a whole lot of history behind that. It's fascinating, or it's fascinating. So number one, it's not your fault for wanting to change your body or look different. But I'm going to say this, and you better hit pause here. If you don't want to hear what I'm going to say, this is where you hit pause. If you want to continue living like that, then you better hit pause. This is not for you. You with me? Those are still with me? All right. It's not your fault. You were raised and trained and groomed in this environment. And we're going to come back to the faith issue in a minute. But from today, you can no longer say I never knew, because you and I are talking online here, or I'm speaking with you or at you or for you, because I am for you. And you are learning that there is a different way. There is a better way. Every day is Tuesday. I've been saying that for years. And you get to choose every day whether you're going to get up, dress up, and be a bold light on a hill, whether you're going to continue to conform, compare, and criticize your body and others, because that's how you were trained. You have option A, you have option B. There is nothing in the middle. I don't believe in gray. I don't believe in fence sitting. I don't believe in anything here. Option A, option B. What's it going to be? It's Tuesday. So when you understand that, you go, well, hang on a second. I don't have to conform to this BS. I'm being very polite now. I don't have to conform to how do I dress, and I don't have to look like her. In fact, as a style coach, I don't want my clients to look like me. I don't want a bunch of Lindas running around out there. I can barely handle one Linda and my husband. I don't want my clients to look like me. So I teach a different kind of, I run a different kind of program, Spirit of Beauty from the inside out, because your beauty is yours. My style is mine. And it's not categorized or labeled or into one little pigeonhole. It is abundant, just like the mindset we were given by the Creator who created us. And you are creative, by the way. How do I know that? Because you were created in His image, which by nature, which by very definition makes you creative. It's in your DNA. Other stuff that's in your DNA is the spirit of excellence. How do I know? Colossians 3, do all things as unto Him. It doesn't say just accept how you dress. Don't worry about how you dress. Do all things with your best effort and your best foot forward. But, don't worry about what you wear. That's okay. No, that's not what it says. Do all things as unto Him. Give Him your best in every category. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's what builds a consistent muscle of excellence. That's what makes it easier. That's what saves time. It took me a long time to figure that out. Instead of doing spontaneous shoot from the hip, kind of rely on my talent here and there, it's like, hang on a second, that's not the smart way to do things. That guarantees burnout is what that does. Consistent commitment. And if you want people to be committed to you, you better be committed to you first. That's so important. But listen, so back to faith, okay? Oh, it's my favorite topic, and it is my most passionate commitment to have a conversation with anybody who tells you that you shouldn't wear red. Not even going to go there. My veins start popping. It is my favorite color. It is a biblical color. It is a bold, beautiful, powerful, loving color. Red is a biblical color. Just go and read the scriptures. I have 3 of these books so far, Faith and Fashion, and there's always more that I'm discovering. It's limitless. It's limitless. Why does God use clothing and garments and royal robes as an analogy throughout the scriptures? I wonder. He could have used fruit. He could have spoken about, I don't know, other things, but clothing and garments, presentation, Yes, everyone uses the Proverbs 31 woman. Absolutely, she's a good example. There are many others, clothed in royal and fine linen, scarlet and purple and white and blue, and very specific. Get up, dress up, put your best foot forward. How you dress is how you feel, is how you will perform. Because when you dress well, you feel well, and you will perform well. You may want to just hit pause and write that down. When you dress well, you feel well, and you will perform well. Dressing is a tool, and people skills are the most powerful skills on the planet. I work with my coach and mentor, Danny Johnson, stunning woman. God sent me a woman. I'm like, man, I could study. I have studied her. I have studied her body. I look at women far more than men do. I just do. Boobs, butts, face, profile, hair, everything. I just believe like, man, Lord, you knocked it out the park when you made a woman. I'm telling you. And I'm a woman. I say that. I believe that because I study what I'm like, so beautiful, so unique, so special and fierce one minute and then and feminine the next and powerful and bold and then quiet and you know, all of those things. Just phenomenal. Where was I? I got to focus. Danny Johnson. Okay. She changed my life. 2013. I worked with her for 8 years, studied under her. She raised me up in leadership. When I was down in the gutters, facing my second divorce, facing a shitload of stuff I couldn't handle in my life anymore at the age of 41, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 41. Okay, I'm 49 now. So she taught me so much. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for her. I wouldn't have launched my dream business if it weren't for her. I just simply would not be here. So you should go and Google DannyJohnson.com. And if there's any value that you're getting out of our community here, or you've worked with me before or whatever, you should send her a thank you note. Anyway, back to what she taught me. I got to focus. I have to focus. Yes, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And to arise and shine, to be your very best, right? So I learned from Danny, consistency and repetition is the mother of all skill we know, and all of those things. And I chose to do life a different way. I chose to become someone who's not like spontaneous and like, you know, like I am spontaneous and I love adventure sports and I jump out of planes and off bridges and I love that. I have to work really hard on the other side of my character to be strong and foundational and consistent. And I'm telling you, it's powerful. And she's a woman who, I'm telling you, she changed my faith life, that woman. So Danny Johnson, thanks to her is why I'm here. Back to faith and fashion and freedom. So the scriptures are just loaded with clothing analogies, loaded. You can go and check it out yourself. And one of the things I encourage you to do is just to ask God to point you to specific chapters, or just go and read the Bible front to back and ask him to show you. Do you care about what I wear? And what is this with royal robes and a set apart nation and kings in the marketplace? Because I don't know, what does the king in the marketplace look like? Freaking certainly doesn't look like the businessmen and women that I'm seeing lately. So this yoga pant day in and day out and the t-shirt or the tank and messy bun and no makeup. And I'm not saying you got to do makeup like mine. Sometimes I go light, sometimes I go bolder. I go much bolder than this sometimes. You know, you be you, I be me, she be she. But when it comes to getting up and dressing up and putting your best foot forward, fashion is a gift that he has given us to help us to arise and shine. And do you sometimes not feel like it in the morning? Sometimes I feel that way. I'm like, no, I'm going to put my armor on. I'm going to put my suit on. It's a success uniform. That's what it is. You can wear small, bling, 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 whatever you want to do. You figure it out, okay? And join us if you want to join us. And on Facebook, we've got a group called Dress to Connect. And it's exploding with like-minded women who are done feeling frumpy and frustrated and hating shopping and not knowing where to go. They are done feeling invisible and not being taken seriously at the office. They are done with taking such good care of others and losing themselves somewhere along the way. They are done being overlooked because they're young, or they're the youngest in the office or on that project or on that team. So they're done. So join us there, Dress to Connect on Facebook. So faith in fashion. The woman who has been raised religiously or impacted religiously, either it's through your childhood or through church or through friendship or through socially, whatever it is, the religion against fashion and against our spirit of beauty will tell you, and religion has got nothing to do with God, by the way, it's complete man-made tick boxes and this is what you must do, which is total nonsense. Religion will tell you, don't wear red, it's not right. Don't shine too bright because you'll outshine your sisters, whatever. Don't look too beautiful because you might cause another man to stumble. Listen, that is one of the biggest fasters on the planet. You are not responsible for another man's eyes or actions. Make sure that you know that. You are not responsible for another man's eyes or actions. Yes, you want to dress in a way that's beautiful, modern, and modest, and fun, and gorgeous, but you are not responsible for another man's eyes or his actions or his decisions. And let's go to a favorite one. 1 Peter 3 verse 3, right? And it says, do not wear outward adornments and braid your hair and wear gold, and don't do that. Don't let that be, the foundation of your value. And have you ever read 1 Peter verse 1 and 2 ahead of 3? It's kind of a little bit of context you need there. Peter was speaking to wives when he said, submit to your husbands. And he said, and if your husband, in my terms, this is not verbatim from the scriptures, and what he was saying was, if your husband is not in alignment with the Lord, and if he's kind of gone astray and out of alignment with his creator, what he's saying is, don't use your sexy feminine wiles, because we can with our husbands, to bring him back in line. He said, no, use that gentle, beautiful, quiet spirit that is great before God. Let the fruit of your behavior and your heart be what convinces and persuades your husband to come back in line with God. That's what 1 Peter 3 verse 3 is about. That it is religiously used against women to say, it says right here, don't dress up. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Read verses 1 and 2 and you'll go, wow, okay, that's okay. So there's a lot of religion that attacks our spirit of beauty, which has been going on for far too long. I'm in the ring with that religion, gloves on and freaking going for it. And I will not give up until the day I stop breathing, whenever God decides that is. I am in it for the long haul. Our spirit of beauty has been under attack for far too long. How do I know? Well, I have many clients and friends, and I too have been through this. Let's go straight to the point. Let's cut to the chase. When you go into a faith environment, okay, so church or Bible college, or I don't know, any environment or a connect group where there's women or a bunch of people getting together, and you may have had a lot of backchat and backlash and attacks and comments and critics saying to you, wow, where are you going, all dressed up? Or listen, I've had that for years. For years I had it. And I overcame it long ago. God gave me something. I'm going to give this to you. If you are a woman who goes regularly into or is going into an environment where it is a faith environment, so it's God, it's Yeshua, it's you learning that, you're fellowshipping, you're with like-minded sisters in Christ, whatever, whether you believe in Christ or not, but I'm talking about you believe in the Creator, okay? Because there are people who believe in God and Yeshua, and then people who believe in God, the Creator, and not Yeshua. That's not the point. The point is, God, our Creator, the Father, Yahweh, created us, okay, and the universe. If you're going into that environment on a regular basis, either every Sunday or every day, if you work that environment, and if you are a woman who loves to dress up and was raised to dress up, or was trained or was inspired to dress up, like I was when I had an encounter when I was 9 years old, but you go into that environment, and from your sisters in Christ, you get comments like, where are you going? Or, uh-oh, here comes Jenny making us look bad again. Or, no, honey, no, you did it all by yourself. Don't say that out loud. There's another way. There's a better way. But she did that all by herself. No one has control over you, and nobody forces you to wear or not wear something. So you go into that environment and you get backlash, and you get it. I had it like, Linda, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Nobody looks that good this early. You must have far too much time on your hands. Man, that one hurt me for so long. And here comes Linda. Okay, can someone tell her this is church? It's not a fashion show. You know how many bitchy comments I put up with year after year after year? I used to have to strengthen my heart to go to my church every Sunday, until one day I pulled back and I just like, this is too hard. It's too hard. I was facing a second crumbling marriage. We were under a pile of debt. My husband was away 70-80% of the time. I had put my little boy into a private school, and somebody else was raising him. I was facing enough challenges. I didn't want to go to church and be knocked down. So I started dressing down. And that was a mistake. Until a couple of months later, a beautiful friend of mine came to me and she said, listen, come to my house for coffee. Anyway, I got there, and she said, what's going on? What's going on with you? I'm like, what do you mean? She said, you don't normally dress like this. You're dressing down, you're quieter. I haven't seen you wear a pair of heels for I don't know how long. And I started crying. And I said to her, I can't handle this anymore. I remember that day as if it was yesterday. This was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I said, I can't handle it. This is what happens every Sunday, and I'm tired of it, and I'm beaten down. And she said, you listen to me, and you listen carefully. You get back to how you used to dress. I'm inspired by how you dress. It makes me do a better job as a wife and as a mother. And you just ask God to help you to respond. The next time, next Sunday I see you at church, ask him to help you with the response. And I was like, wow, I never thought about that. That's when I really got studying about 12 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, really got studying faith in fashion, and I was blown away that I could talk to my God about fashion. So I asked him for a one-liner. I said, would you help me? Would you give me a tool? Would you give me something that is going to help me to break down the barriers here? I don't want to be defensive. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to be, because I'm a bold, outspoken, competitive, ambitious woman. That doesn't mean I'm self-confident. It doesn't mean I have high self-esteem. Not at all. Not at all. Bold is very different, and that's another conversation. So the next Sunday, true's nuts, I walk in 10 o'clock, and there on the couch is a bunch of the women. A lot of them, the elders' wives. A lot of them are very good friends of mine. And like, Linda, can someone just send her an email? This is church. It's not a fashion show. Come on now, Linda, you're making us look bad. And you know what? I stood there, and there were about 5 of them in front of me, sitting, drinking coffee on a leather couch. And I said, hey guys, you know what? I don't dress up to dress anybody down. I dress up because God gave me a passion for fashion. It helps me on days where my self-esteem is really low. It helps me to look in the mirror at the woman and see what he made and see myself from his eyes. And I love color. I love heels. And hey, if ever you want to go shopping together or need any help with anything, I'm your girl. See you later. And off I went. That was a turning point. Use that script, by all means use it. I don't dress up to dress anybody down. I dress up because God gave me a passion for fashion, and it inspires me, it empowers me, it helps me on days where I'm feeling low. It's a gift, it's a tool, it's a vehicle, and I'd love to help you. Let's go shopping, or let's whatever. You know that I had a couple of apologies from 2 of them, of all of them, and I had a hug from one. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean it like this. And then I had a beautiful woman and a very good friend who came to me, and she apologized, and she asked for forgiveness a couple of days later. And she said, I have been gossiping about you and slandering your name because I've been jealous, because I didn't know how to do what you did. And will you forgive me, and will you help me? And I had a couple of women do that actually. And that was amazing. So in that environment, where you go, whether it's church or whether you work in a Christian environment, whatever it is, there's a couple of tools I want to give you in terms of handling the situation, because you can be proactive about it. And some of these principles are actually from my negotiation training days, when actually, sometimes when you lead with the objective that is going to come your way, you lead with vulnerability and humility, by the way, which is your most important garment. Your cloak of humility is your number one most important garment. God will always be with you. He'll always make a way. One of my favorite scriptures is Job 38. When it comes to God's analogies, he says, when the sea burst forth as if from the womb, so he speaks about the sea that he created like a baby. And he says, I created the clouds to clothe it. And I used the darkness as its swaddling band. Now he talks about the ocean as a baby. How much more does he care about clothing and loving you and seeing you thrive and look good? Look at the ocean. The ocean is powerful and moving and fierce and sometimes tranquil and beautiful and peaceful. That's you. So if he speaks like that, Job 38, about the sea, how much more does he want to swaddle you and enclothe you? Why did he, when Adam and Eve left the perfect garden, he could have given them mangoes or bananas or seen them on their way. But no, he was the first to make a sacrifice, and he was the first to design this beautiful luxury sheepskin and cover them both, keeping them warm and making sure that they feel like you are mine. And yes, you're not here anymore, but I'm always with you. When I dress, and I know that he's always with me, because this is in clothing. This is relationship. I've written it down here somewhere. Okay, I can't find it. But anyway, in 1 Peter 2, verse 9, it says, we are a chosen royal priesthood, right? We are a set apart nation. We are kings in the marketplace. What do kings and set apart people look like? They don't look like what we're seeing right now. They don't look like everyone dressing down and blending into the background. And you may have very good reason for that, but there is a better way. Wage fluctuation is the #1 reason why women dress down. But back to faith. It's really, really important. One of my favorite scriptures, and I'm going to have tattooed on my body somewhere, because the only one I have right now says daughter. That is my identity. That's part of my beauty. It took me a lifetime to find my way there. It's my favorite accessory. The righteous are as bold as a lion. What does a bold lion look like? So if you're the woman walking into that, then you feel like you're walking into the lion's den all the time, I'm going to give you a couple of tools. And if you are the woman on the receiving end of that woman who likes to get up, dress up, and be that bold lion on hill, you're knocking her down. This is for you too, because you're only doing that because you've been hurt. You're only doing that because you've been influenced and trained that way, but you have allowed that. Every day is Tuesday. Up until now, you may not have known how to deal with it, but up until now, you have a choice and you face a choice. You don't want to be, listen, I'm a bold, strong character, and I cried after every Sunday morning church. You don't want to be the woman making another woman cry because of your catchy comments. It's not your heart. It's not who you are. You've just gotten used to doing that way. And the reason why you feel that way is because the spirit of excellence in you, when you're in your sweatpants and your hoodie and no effort, is the spirit of excellence in you recognizes the spirit of excellence in her. And you go like, oh, I don't like that. That's all that's happening. But it's awakening your spirit of excellence. It's a good thing. So you should be thanking her. Go to her and say, thank you for dressing up this way. Thank you for wearing color. Where did you get those gorgeous red flat ballet shoes? I love them. You're inspiring me. Thank you. You're bringing color and life here. So to those going into this, I want to encourage you, create your own faith and fashion file. I've got several of these, right? Faith and fashion, get a little journal, or whatever it is. This is just something that's going to be transposed to another journal soon. But create your own faith and fashion file. What does God say about faith and fashion and beauty? I have loads and loads and loads. And if you want to really take a shortcut and get some seriously powerful scriptures and pictures, it was in March this year, March 2021, in our Facebook group, Dress to Connect. We had a full, was it March? Yeah, it was March. We had a full event of back-to-back, I think it was 31 days of every day, get up, dress up, and post a picture of what you're wearing and a scripture that speaks to your beauty, your identity, and your personal style. You will find, this is what I created so that you guys can go there. It's just copy and paste, or just print and download. In March, it's under events, you will see it there. And if you go and just do a little search in our Dress to Connect group, pictures and scriptures, just scriptures of our beauty, and women all over the world were doing this. And we're being emboldened and empowered to arise and shine and do that. It was powerful, powerful. A lot of the scriptures I knew, some of them I had never read. It's absolutely powerful. So create your own fashion file. That's #1. #2, your cloak of humility is your most important garment. Always seek humility first, thinking, Lord, show me them from your eyes. We've all, most women, regardless of whatever reason, have been hurt by others, men and women. Hurt people hurt people. There's no excuse for it, because there are options and there are ways and there are skill sets to learn, in terms of which I learned so much from my coach and mentor over the years. I credit so much of my skill today to her. I learned more with her in 8 years than I did in 25 years with other people. So your people skills are really important, and humility needs to be at the very root of that, because love always wins. Love always wins. I've tried it both ways. I've tried getting down in the gutter with those people. It doesn't work. And I have tried it his way. Just humility. When people have hurt me, I'm like, I can be discerning. Will I do business with them again? Or will I sit and break bread with them at a table? Absolutely. But I won't do business with them again. I'd be an idiot. That doesn't mean that I can't love them and I can't, break bread with them and whatever that is. So humility is your most important trait. And it's a powerful overlooked trait. And if some people take your humility and kindness as a weakness, that's okay. That happens to me a lot. People mistake my kindness for weakness. They mistake my humility for naivety. It's not what it is. It's humility, and it's empowering, and it gives you peace in your heart like you've never experienced. So #2 is don't defend. Rather than thinking, being nervous about them saying things and every Sunday or every day or whatever, is rather be on the back foot. You're in the game of life, whether you like it or not. You're in the fashion business, whether you like it or not, and you want to play to win. What does that mean? Well, you want to be proactive. You want to go on the offense here, not attacking, but on a proactive approach with a strategy that's going to help you to handle this thing. What does that look like? Well, for example, if you're going into, let's say you're going into a new job and it's I don't know, it's a Christian environment, right? And you've been hurt there a little bit, and you've had comments, and the same happens over there, and the same happens, in church, but now you're going to be, going back in there, or you're still there, and you're nervous about it, or because I know how that feels, and I have a bunch of clients who are going through that right now, lots of them going through it right now in a faith environment. Makes me so mad. You want to take an offensive, loving strategy. What does that mean? Well, you want to look for or create an opportunity where you're going to lead with the objection that they have against you. For example, you might have an introductory meeting, or you might have a catch-up meeting, or you might have a strategy meeting, or somebody might say, or you're new, and we want to introduce Jenny to everyone today. And hey, Jenny, how's it going? And tell us a little bit about yourself. Hi, I'm Jenny. Whatever. And here's where you get courageously vulnerable. And you say, guys, I'm so excited to be here. I've prayed and worked my way here for a long time. And here's, I saw this morning, I love that. And I'm just going to be honest with you, and I'm just going to be real with you. I come from, I have a mom who raised me to dress well. I had a mom who raised me she's a powerful believer, and she believes in the Proverbs 31 woman putting her best foot forward. And so I know no other way except to really dress up. I love color and red lipstick or hot pink t-shirts. But I've been a little bit hurt by that over the years. And I've been a little bit nervous coming here because I see everyone dressing very differently, and I'm worried. I have been worried that that's going to cause a bit of a barrier, and I won't connect with those people. I love those people. I know a lot of those people. But I'm feeling a little bit nervous, and thank you that I could share this with you. I don't dress up to dress anybody down. I just dress up because I love dressing up, and I love color, and my mom has wired it into my brain. And if this is something you ever want to talk about, I'd be so happy to share skills with you that my mom taught me, because, or my grandmother taught me, because it has helped me for so many years in so many different situations to feel better and to feel more confident when I'm oftentimes not that self-confident. So I want to say thanks for having me here. Okay, so that is creating an opportunity to lead with a courageous vulnerability that is going to be on the offense of bringing a strategy to highlight what they're thinking without being defensive. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, so that is leading with a true heart. That is sharing your heart. And you're going to have, most women will go like, wow, that's awesome, because I was thinking, and you're going to have most women go like, they will be convicted on the spot, and some will say something and some won't, because God will be convicting them through kindness is how you bring conviction. So use my script. I don't dress up to dress anybody down. This is where I come from. This is what it is. And I would love to share this with anyone who's interested. But just know I may look different to you, but I'm the same as you. And I'm here to serve God and to learn and to grow, and can't wait to spend time with you guys and whatever it is, okay? That's what you need to do. When it comes to faith in fashion, when it comes to your spirit of beauty and your identity, you are designed to arise and shine, my friend. You were not designed to dress down and blend into the background. No, that's not you. You may have been hurt in life, and maybe those are your reasons. Maybe you got tired. Maybe you don't have the skill. Maybe you hate shopping. The only reason you hate shopping is because you don't know where to go to find it, at what price, and you think like, ugh, I'm done. Same for me. If I go into the kitchen to try and bake or cook something I don't know, I'm like, where's this? Where's that? I'm like, ugh, it's just a skill. It's just a simple matter of a skill. So if you're interested, head on over to Linda Page, watch the video, book a call. You're so welcome to do that. I take these calls myself. I don't charge for my first consultation. We will either have a 5-minute conversation or a 40-minute conversation, thereabouts, depending on where you are in your life and in your journey, as to how serious you want to get about your influence, your confidence, your income, your impact. We are designed to bring something powerful and beautiful and valuable to our corner of the world. And that includes you getting up, dressing up. People need you. In order for them to find you, they need to see you. And they will not see you when you are dressed down in your blacks and your grays and your navies, blending into the background in that tacky tracky, in that old college t-shirt with no effort on you. That is not how they're going to find you. And they need you. They need your heart. You can be the most gentle, quiet, introverted character on the planet, you still are called to arise and shine and be a bold light on a hill. That's what you're called to do. So I'm going to leave it there because I went on a little longer than I planned to, which often happens because I chat a lot. I like to chat. If you have any questions on this, you're so welcome to get in touch with us, support@lindapage.com, or just go over to our homepage at lindapage.com and watch the video. And if it resonates with you, if it really pulls on something in your heart, book a call with me and let's have a talk. I have no commitment from my side and there's no obligation from your side. But I can tell you one thing right now, that women of faith most especially need to affirm and uplift other women, because rather than going off and converting everyone to your faith, which you may believe is your call, I don't believe that's our call at all. I don't believe, and I love and believe in Yeshua and his Father, the creator of all things. I don't believe that my call is to go and say, you know, you must believe in Jesus, otherwise you're not saved. That is not what I believe. That is not what my scriptures says. And I believe, and I have the first original translation, which is the ISR, the Institute for Scriptural Research, which is the first English translation. My purpose in life is to be his daughter. That's my purpose. To love him, love myself, and love my neighbor. That's my purpose. How I choose to live that out as a professional surfer or as a style coach is entirely up to me. But my call is to love, get up, dress up, lift up. So whichever side of the game you're on there, you're in the game of life whether you like it or not. There is a battle to be won. You know that. And you have people on your team and you have those coming against you. And the enemy is out there to divide and to create disunity, most especially among women. I have been sharing for years and years a favorite quote of mine from a British poet, a very dead British poet by the name of Matthew Arnold. And he said in all of his wisdom, way back in whatever century, he said, if ever there comes a time when the women of the world come together purely and simply for the greater good of mankind, it would be a force such as the world has never known. How powerful is that? How profound for a man to have that insight and to share that. I'm on a mission to live that statement and that wisdom out. I'm on a mission to mobilize other women to do the same. You're so welcome to join us. And until then, let me tell you a fact about your faith, your beauty, and your fashion. You are created by the most beautiful creator ever in the universe. And that your spirit of beauty was designed to shine. You will never be satisfied or happy or fulfilled in the life that you want to live unless you learn to get up, dress up, and go and be that bold light on a hill. I hope we hear from you. I hope that you will send us your questions. And if you have anything that you want to contribute to this, just go ahead and have a conversation below. And I won't catch all of the conversation. I hope to catch some of it. But be encouraged, my friend, that the scriptures are loaded with powerful, encouraging evidence that you and your beauty are to be seen and not hidden. And it's up to you, because every day is Tuesday.